Right. We got sound. We got my face on the screen. All right. Do we? No, I don't think we both fit over here. All right. Let's go to there.
Is it skill hoarder?
Yeah. So we're live right now. Oh, you are. You're tweeting or Insta-ing or something?
I was going to do something.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Avi's here with us today, and we're going to be playing around. I've got a list actually I have to go look at. I lost track of time and didn't check my list right before we started. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to play specifically with POV imagery on the wheel and play around with different lighting conditions and different camera settings. Avi is both a serial performer and a videographer, photographer, and so yeah, we're gonna have fun with all that. And first, we have to make up some images, which I did last week, and then we got totally derailed. So let's take a look at the images that we're going to be looking at on the wheel and come up with a few different options to load onto the wheel, and then we'll get to work playing with those settings.
Cool.
All right. So first, let's go into the night sky program, and I think I have some of these loaded up still from last week. Is it folder 3 or 4? Yeah, so here's one of them. And I am on the proper version of the software now. So all the things that we're trying to do on here should technically work out a bit better than last week. But what I'm going to do for this right now is, let's see, so we've got the word, it actually says CyrCraft Customs, and it's flashing it super fast. So I'm going to change the height of this, I don't know, a lot more. So now it is actually scrolling through. It says CyrCraft Customs over the space of, I don't know, 2-3 seconds. And one thing I'm noticing is as it's, hey Avi, can you like make sure I'm not doing what I just did? If you notice it, I didn't actually have I was on this screen like the whole time, so I do that constantly. So just watch out for me and like be like, "Hey Jesse, you're being an idiot." If
Wait, so
if I
what
do that.
happened?
I wasn't showing people.
Oh, okay. You'd switched to the wrong angle.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yep,
Yeah.
I'm with
All
you.
right. Okay. Cool. All right. So sorry about that. All right. So so this image is now playing the CyrCraft Customs logo, and it's playing it. Actually, it's got it oriented in 2 different directions, and I think when I created it to play in this orientation. And let's actually match this to the wheel. We got 325 LEDs in our wheel, and oh, we still do have this bug where when you're rotated 90 degrees. There we go. So now it's around both sides of the wheel. So now our width is our height, and our height is our width. So we definitely don't want it to be that tall. We want it to rotate through these a bit faster, maybe even 200. So that is looking better, but we've completely lost like all definition in the image here. Let me get rid of my face on here, and you can see that it's going to be pretty fuzzy. So let's go back and change that. Get something a little bit better than that. I'm going to open up paint.net again, and let's not do the two directions. Let's just use this. We're going to trim the top a little bit. That's good. All right. Cool. Let's save this to. Let's throw it on the desktop. Okay. And I'm going to grab from the desktop the image what we just made. We don't want it rotated now. And 200 by 162 so that it plays twice around the wheel. Alright, that's almost, it's still a little slow. That might work pretty good right there. So yeah, I'm going to export this, and I got to choose an output directory. We're going to, let's see, I guess we'll throw them in folder 6, so it'll be fine. CyrCraft. And this is landscape. Yeah. Export that, and now if we look in our folder 6, there it is, CyrCraft landscape. There's also these that we're not really going to use or care about. I'll just leave them in there for now because they look cool. Yeah, let's do that one. I want to move this to the desktop and this to the desktop, and then just delete them out of here. Okay, so we've got two different POV images to play with. Let's also do a logo. We'll grab the CyrCraft logo from somewhere on my computer here and see if we can make that look pretty. So we got white on black, black on white. All right. So what folder? I'll just copy this to the desktop. Alright, so there's the CyrCraft logo. It'll be pretty large like this. Maybe I want it around the wheel 3 times. Let's go 108 and play it a little bit faster. Alright, so this will play around the wheel 3 times. Let's export that one, and let's get another one that plays around the wheel 5 times. So we'll make it 65, and we want to bring this up even faster, maybe to 60. I think that's going to play pretty well, so let me export that one. And if we look in folder 6 again, now we'll see those couple of versions of the logo. We'll see the landscape mode of CyrCraft, and I think I'm going to load these on the wheel just like this. So actually I need to grab, Avi, can you grab that center frame? Oh, okay. Awesome. What did I do with the SD card? I think I put it into this other section. Yeah, it's over here. Okay, so as I'm loading this onto the wheel on hardware that I can't show yet, I'll tell a little story. So Avi and I have been kind of messing around today a little bit with the user interface of the Star Pusher app, and we got a lot of cool ideas of some improvements for it. So some of the stuff that you're seeing in here will be obsolete by the time there's a version of it that you can actually download and do anything with. And sorry, I gotta think and talk at the same time and not mess up what I'm trying to do with this. So actually, give me a second. Avi, do you want to ad lib and do some verbal improv while
Scatting.
Yeah. While we're waiting.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for Star Pusher. Just playing around with it today. I think once a bunch of those things are implemented, it's going to be just so easy to make really great sort of sequences without having to do a lot of the annoying stuff with a lot of the earlier iterations of different LED sear wheels I've played with, where it's you have to know coding and all this stuff. Just having a very WYSIWYG pattern editor is going to be really nice.
Thank you.
I'm not very good at scatting.
That was excellent. Scatting is way better than my scatting.
Just sounds like promotion for your software.
Well, thank you for that too. Let me see.
Yeah, the very specific context it works in, most of the jazz clubs, it doesn't go over as well. What's Star Pusher? Get off the stage.
All right. Okay, so everything's on the SD card now. Let me inject it, get it into the wheel. And I'll take a moment to tell you guys that this is the last week that I won't actually be showing you the internals of the wheel. Next week we will have a wheel ready that we can share how everything's working without messing up any of our IP or patent stuff, etc. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That'll be on the 28th, and there's a couple more things to go along with that once we get that far. But right now, let's get this wheel together. And all right, I'm going to switch cameras. Hopefully, we can get the right view here. There we go.
Is there a trick for this one?
Yeah, this one, the smaller wheels tend to be a little bit tighter. Just
there you go.
a bounce, really. I don't know. I don't know if there's a better word for that. But. All right. Cool. So I think that's the controller section. Let's do it this way. And remote. So I was wrong. Controller section's over here. All right, let's make sure that we can actually access those patterns we just created. It's folder 6, so it should be here. There we go. So there's our 5 CyrCraft logos.
Looks nice.
I think that that's going to work out pretty good. So let's hang on, take some screws, get this going. I got another Allen key here.
I always found a great way of testing persistence of vision without spinning is if you get a smartphone and wiggle it back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of the frame rate's not quite that high, so you can sort of get a preview.
Yes.
When you're developing patterns and everything.
I discovered that by accident a while back, and it's also, you can also count the frame rate too.
Oh, really?
If you know that you're getting 30 frames per second on your smartphone, then you can count the number of LED frames that are like laid out in a trail, depending on the effective shutter speed of the camera. But yeah, stupid LED tricks.
It's so helpful, though.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that one first.
All right, so let's just see what it looks like in a brightly lit room at the just standard automatic settings that camera's on. So actually, we're gonna want to switch maybe just to just that view would be better. So let me switch us to this. There we go.
There we go.
All right, so this is, I don't know if this is average lighting in here or if this is a little bit overkill, but.
You can't see off camera, but there's stuff.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of mess in this space.
Everywhere.
But
Here. There we go.
yeah, if you could just spin that, I will slowly start to dim lights.
Yeah, let me just take off this shirt.
First, let's get that light down.
Okay. You want a vertical spin or more of a coin spin?
A vertical spin will be easier to
Okay.
see, I think, starting out.
Let's see.
This should play okay in a coin spin if it's high enough.
There we go.
All right, so let's take down another couple lights.
I'll stop so I don't kill you on the live stream.
I mean, if you're gonna kill me,
I don't want evidence.
let's at least have my family have good evidence of what happened. So, all right. So far, I'm not seeing much difference just by dimming the lights. I don't keep going with the lights, but I think it's going to be more in the camera settings for this.
I know for live performances, it works the further away the audience is.
Definitely,
And
yeah.
the light. Obviously, if you're doing it for film, it's a different thing. And the speed I'm spinning at.
Yeah.
Let's see. Because it's a little tight to get going fast here. Here, I'll do a coin.
Yeah, that should work pretty good once we get some camera
Movie magic.
changes going on here. So I think it's time to start messing with that. That's going to be the real
I'll just keep going.
real winner. And of course I got to move the camera now, so hopefully I don't drop anything and break stuff. All right. So now I can almost see the camera.
I can see
I had the
the
camera
monitor.
mounted so high I can't even see where the settings are. All right. All right, let's give it a spin. And,
Okay.
let's see what we can do here. I'm going to turn off autofocus at first because I think in the mode that we want to be in, we go into shutter priority, I think. Avi, you're the photographer.
Yes.
Actually, do you want to mess with this part and I'll spin it?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, that'll
or you can-
that'll be helpful for me because I can probably guess at it and find my way there. But
I mean, is that a Canon or what system?
it is a
that?
Canon.
Okay.
So
Yeah, let me just switch it to manual and I'll
Yeah.
figure it out here. Hopefully this does not kill the live stream.
oh, hey, you get to actually show the settings, so we can see
Let's
exactly
see, what is...
exactly what's on the screen right now. So,
Oh, okay. I can't, it's not showing on the back of here, so
Oh,
let me
that's
just, there we
annoying.
go. Okay, so, yeah, because we have a 30th of a second, so let's drop that down. Now we should be getting something, yeah? At a 15th of a second?
Yeah, I mean it's super jittery, but you can see you can
Yeah.
definitely start to see the POV.
Yeah, because let's. Cool. So that's like slightly under a 30th of a second.
Yeah. So is that the is it the frame rate that is outputting?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I'm wrong about this. Can we adjust the shutter speed separately from the?
You're going to have the same effect, I believe. I'm sure there's going to be someone commenting being like, no, that's wrong. But yeah, the shutter speed is 1/20th of a second. So it's not the frame rate. This is the shutter speed I'm adjusting.
Okay.
The frame rate, if I go to menu, I assume this is, let's see. Let's look at the Canon menu together. How exciting. Shoot mode. Yeah, this. I imagine this is a 30th of a second. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So how do you think? What do you think about actually dimming the LEDs on this? Like, any chance that the higher contrast,
Would it give a better?
washes it out too much? Is what is
Oh,
what I feel like happens sometimes.
here.
So-
Well, I'll just change the aperture so that isn't an issue. There.
But that I think that actually helps. Yeah.
because then we're not getting it blown out. And I can drop the ISO if you want.
I still want to see if the brightness on here has much effect.
Okay, I'll adjust this in accordance to that. Drop it back down to here.
All right, let's see that. I think this, I'm wondering if we want to try a different image. Well, let me go to the landscape mode text. Let's see. Yeah, let's try this. We need a bigger shop.
Do you want me to spin it?
Yeah, I think I have to reboot this section.
You want a pin?
I got it right here. So if you hit a section of the wheel hard enough on our older wheels, it freezes. And then sometimes it takes a moment to get back. So don't run into a wall with it, and you won't have that problem with our older wheels. On the newer wheels, that should be completely an obsolete issue. We'll go into why that is next week when I'm actually showing the hardware for the first time. But for now, let's get back to that folder. Actually, I'm interested to see how this 3-part one looks as well. So it's becoming, I don't know, this one's actually, I feel like, somewhat easier to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. So there's a number of factors. So it's the height of the image and the frame rate that the LEDs are playing at, and your camera settings. But I feel like this one is much closer. You can definitely see the shape of the logo in there. Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Although for that speed, I feel like it needs to play even faster. So what might be good to do is to set up another one where the image plays even faster, and then have you spin it more, because then we get the longer trails. So
yeah, that was something I did when I was creating sequences for performances. Is basically load like 10 different options, and then just like trial and error with someone else. Just was like, oh, okay, this one that runs at this speed is the one that works best for the natural eye versus camera.
yeah, I think that actually I want to see the 5, the same design, but with 5 times
right
duplicated. Is that this one? Yeah, go at that speed with this one.
Cool.
Yeah, so this one definitely needs to play faster. So I think, let me just try to change the interlace setting and see if that gets us there. Try that. So that it's kind of hacking a double speed out of it. Closer, but I think we need to, yeah, I think we need to go back to Star Pusher and export a different size. Would you pull the SD card out of this?
Sure.
Once,
Yep.
all right, I'm gonna switch to the other camera.
And if I forget, this camera feed is set to a slower thing.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to, let me hide my face here. You don't need to look at me. All right, so we're going to have this one play even faster. It's at 60 right now. I'm gonna try 40. That might work out pretty well. So let's export that one. And let's do another one that's playing it 3 times around the wheel. Also at 40. Okay. That's good. And then let's also do the, let's do this one. Oh, actually we want the original of this one. That's a little higher quality. Do we want that at 40? I think maybe 40 would be good for this guy. Yep, I think that's probably good right there. And we'll export that one. All right, so let's see what we got in our folder now. All right, so we got these 3. Let me get those ready to move to the wheel. Huh. Are you trying to open it? Oh, you do all of them all out. Okay.
In 2 sections, I sort of hafted it to see if
Yeah,
it would be enough.
sometimes it works.
There you go. Cool.
Which side of it?
This side.
This one?
Nice.
think I should have cleaned the floor first.
It is very dusty.
Yeah, it got crazy dusty in here. I did not clean clean the floor before doing this, so just from like spinning that wheel around, I've got a good crust happening on my person at the moment.
It's sear wheel magic.
Yes, it's serial magic.
Just everywhere.
That is correct. All right, I'm just throwing this stuff onto the SD card. So we're getting all of these practice. I'm getting all my practice live streams out of the way where I can just mess everything up, so that when I get to the point where I'm actually showing how the stuff that I'm doing that I can't show right now, I can do it professionally. At least that's the plan. So let me switch back to this, and then I'll throw this together. Am I doing this right? There we go. I at one point last week, I was assembling the wheel and I put the internals in backwards, and
It's like your brain
that was
starts
after like
shutting
4
down.
times of trying to make the wrong version of software do something that it doesn't do. And then I'm like, it should finally work now. And I had the section in backwards.
Don't have
Close enough, it should work.
that magic bounce. Oh,
When
I
it
did.
gets that close, usually I'll just lay it down, and that'll, once it's in the right orientation, it'll
Yeah.
pop in.
I also didn't unbolt a couple of them because I'm lazy, so
Great.
makes it harder to put it together for sure.
Yeah. So one thing that's upcoming is the obsolete need to physically put files onto the wheel. With the Wi-Fi app that we're working on, you're going to be able to just send files to the wheel wirelessly, and you won't have to do any of this stuff that takes like half of the time on our current
More
live
than half.
streams. Yeah.
I feel like when I was developing stuff with one of the early prototypes, it would be like 10 minutes of actual wheel time, and the rest was unbolting and
Yeah.
plugging stuff in.
Those were the days.
Those two are good. Transcribing it onto stone tablets and inserting. There we go. Let me just kill this light again. And make sure our frame rate here is, yeah, we're still groovy. All right.
All right, so these ones, hopefully they're even cooler. Even without it moving, I feel like I can see it a lot better.
Is it a faster? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like even that could be sped up more.
It's also the pattern you're doing, I find. Like, certain things work best.
Yeah. There's another thing. How the patterns are tiled inside your image. I feel like there's a lot of black space in this.
Yeah.
So you have to be looking at the right place at the right time. A lot more than if they were a little more closely packed if they were tiled together. So I think that's another good thing to see the effects of while we're doing this.
You want to try another one?
Yeah. All right, let's try the other. All right, so that's the version with 3, and it should. So there we go. So now we're starting to get more. I feel like there's we're still not seeing the whole thing. I mean, I can see it. I feel like I can see it in person here. Let me go stand further away. I wonder if I just back the camera further away, if it's the same for the camera or not. Go ahead and spin again. Yeah, so I can see that way better in person.
Yeah, distance really helps.
Yeah. I wonder if I can do this. Let me try something here. I don't know if this is going to work at all, but can we...
Ooh, maybe if you kill them. I don't know.
What'd you say? This is what it looks like on a crappy GoPro with a light in front of it.
Yeah, the refresh rate I think is too high.
All right, I just want to see what it looks like. Can you spin
Sure.
it? So don't use a GoPro. That's a good tip. There's a pro tip for you.
I can't tell the quality difference between this camera and the GoPro. Did you switch yet?
That's
That was sarcasm. Sorry.
very, very funny. All right. All right, well, let's try with the tiling, trying to tile the image a little differently.
Should I turn this off to save battery?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's going to be a couple minutes.
Are we taking this apart as well so we can load some more images on?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, yeah.
I probably want to start with a crisper image than that. So let's start with the raw image here, and can I just select by color, duplicate it? I can. All right.
Jesse, one thought. I remember when I was doing some tests for persistence of vision, I think like an image that was 30 pixels or 30 LEDs wide.
That makes a
Tended
lot of sense because
to work.
if we're getting 30 frames per second, or sorry, if we're playing at 80 frames per second, and if our shutter speed is at 30 frames per second, then then our playing speed doesn't matter. But if our image will pass in one shutter length, then we would catch it really well on camera. So that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, because even with the natural eye too, because I remember when I gave my TED talk, I did a bunch of persistence of vision stuff and trying to get the TEDx logo to show. I think we did a bunch of different experiments, and that one sort of worked. If you Google The Art of Practicing by Avi, you can watch my TED talk. And see the awesome sear wheel in use.
Okay, so let's see how this tiles.
You need multiple SD cards for this, so you can be loading up one, just hot swapping them.
Yeah, well, obsoleting the SD
That's
card
true.
I think is the better idea. Now I'm still going to use an SD card in the wheel because it gives you a bunch of flexibility with the stuff you have stored on it. You don't have to worry about a flash drive dying.
Oh yeah.
You can swap things out at any point physically if you need to. But transferring the files wirelessly is the way to go.
Will it just be for, could you do wireless via a laptop as well, or would it have to be a phone?
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
So let's look at the duplication point. So it's playing this. That's going to tile nicely. So there are moments where the wheel kind of goes dimmer, but there's a lot more of them around the wheel. All right. And let's try 30 tall. And I am going to go all the way down to 65. Maybe 81. Let's see what 81 does. So now there'll be 8 of them around the wheel. All right. Let's export that. So that's 81 by 30. And then we'll do another one at 65 by 30. By 30, 81 by 30. So those are both going to go on the wheel in a second here.
I need you to do it.
Okay, we gotta pop this out of here. I should have just left the camera on you trying to
Struggle. Yeah, I was actually really glad to. I was
The
like,
wheel.
I'm glad the camera's on you and not me struggling to get this in place.
Although one was probably more entertaining than the other. All right. loaded on here. Folder 6. All right, and these two. So the day can't come quick enough when we're just doing this all wirelessly. That's, I think, my takeaway
Yeah.
from the last couple live streams. And I should also probably make it clear that even in normal use, if you're not able to send stuff wirelessly, the only reason we are going back and forth so much is to just play with dialing POV settings. You can do pretty much all of this without touching the wheel until you're ready to throw on the wheel. What we're trying to do here is just save everybody else the time and the agony of kind of having to run back and forth the wheel and dial in settings. So the goal is to be able to publish some best practices that will save all of that time. And then when we've got this, when we've got the wireless upload feature completed, that'll all be a moot point anyway. But let's get to the proper folder here. And I feel like every time I stand up, I put I probably have a pile of remotes over here on my desk now.
You need like
There's like, there was 3 over there before, and now they're all gone.
I do the same thing with the pins and
Yeah.
the Allen keys, where I'm just like, alrighty.
All right, let's give that a shot.
Alright. Gonna kill, going dark. Nope.
Kill the dark.
Kill the dark.
That should be our new slogan. CyrCraft.
Kill the dark.
Kill the dark. All right, I'm gonna try another version now.
Cool.
So
It's
I think
right
this is the one
there.
that's patterning 5 times around the wheel. This one is. Let's see, which one was first? I'll go back to this folder, and back to this folder, and then. All right, let's see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's getting better and better. I think you could actually go slower on this one too. Yeah, they're starting to come in. I still feel like there's some camera settings that we could dial in to get a longer trail.
I mean, yeah, here, hold
Not
this.
sure what.
So this is a 15th of a second we're shooting at right now. If we drop that down to like a 13th, then we should be able to get the whole image.
Yeah, but that's like crazy jittery.
Yeah. Oh. Nope. Never mind. Sorry, YouTube. There we go. Can't adjust that.
I want to try something. I set the remote somewhere again. All right. I want to try this with gyro modes on.
Well, that's a cool effect.
It's cool. It's definitely not
No.
like making a visible
No.
logo at all, but it is motion reactive.
Right, because then
I
it's
think
just
I have the
displaying the frame rate
yeah
based on the accelerometer in there.
exactly. But we can change the gyro coefficient to higher, and it might get a little bit smoother playback.
Do you want me to manipulate that one?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do
Okay.
much for our POV though. I was just curious to see that.
It's right by your left hand, if you're looking for the...
On which side though? Oh, okay. All right, let's go to this version, turn the gyro off.
Yeah, it's funny. To my naked eye, it looks great.
Yeah. There's got, I don't know. I got to figure out a way to, I wonder if I can just change OBS settings to like
I mean,
add some type of,
filter. Honestly,
there's got to be an OBS thing that I could do.
yeah. So, like in video editing software, there's a
Like luminance
ghosting or blur, and you just apply that to anything that has like a brightness above
Threshold.
Like, yeah, and then all these would just like you'd be fine, but the patterns would display really
Yeah.
great.
All right, so for people thinking about maybe live streaming any of this, OBS might be able to do something like that. Yeah. Hey, can you spin it for me? I want to watch from
Sure.
behind, like, because I feel like even close up, I can see it way better.
I'm curious
now.
if you pulled like
But-
also the distance of the camera, like to the object.
Yeah.
Right?
We're
Because this looks pretty solid to me.
Now, let me get it with my camera, and then maybe I'll get it with my phone, and then show that to the camera.
I mean, I can see it on the screen. It's not the full image. I would maybe make it a little less high. So if this is like 30 pixels high, maybe like 24.
Yeah,
And then you get the full image with this.
yeah. I mean, we're on the smaller version right now. Let me switch back to the bigger version. Where are we? Did I turn off the numbers? Or were we on the bigger version? I don't know what I'm doing. Who let me run this place anyway?
Take it up with management.
Right? So nothing in that folder. I think this folder has a big one. I'm interested. Yeah, I definitely want to see this one with this setup. All right, so there's a lot of dead hair there, but
I'm curious also like the pattern I'm doing. Like if I do it more of a vertical drop where it's, then it prints differently, right?
right, then it's gonna like,
But on camera, let's see, here we go. Da da. No, not really. Never mind.
all right, I'm gonna try a different. I'm gonna look for a different version.
Cool. Down there.
Oh yeah, this thing.
Should I? Is this printing or is this a trail?
This is just a
Comment.
Like a comment.
Cool.
Let's see what that is.
Ooh, words.
Yeah.
Is it upside down?
All right, I'm gonna try to get it on my phone and see if we can tell the difference.
I can't tell if I made it upside down now or it's right side up. You'll have to let me know.
All right. I think we definitely need to play with like some OBS filters. Not today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at
We're at
we're just
time.
past 3 o'clock. So, all right. So I think that's gonna be it for today. Let's get some light again. Yeah. So. Cool. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's live stream. I have, oh wait. Why is it so complicated?
There we go.
All right,
Here, Josie, hold this for 1 second.
sure.
Okay.
This wheel, I have like the tiniest wheel in the shop here to do this because it's the only one that'll fit in this space barely. But like I can't stand inside of it without it in front of my face. Yeah. So yeah, dialing in camera settings for POV is something that is not very impressive to do on a live stream. So I think my goal for these live streams is just to be sharing some stuff that I can share. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I can't share as we're developing stuff. Next week, I am going to be sharing all of the wheel internals, how all of that works, and you'll see what the big fuss has been about with all of that development. And it'll kind of help pave the path for where we're going from there. But as we talked about a little bit here today, there's software and Wi-Fi improvements to come with this that that are going to be pretty cool. And I don't know, we'll keep making crappy live streams like this until I get better at it. So thanks for watching.
Yeah. Have a good one, everyone. But we're still live streaming,
Yeah, we're
so
still
we
live.
keep talking
It's
until we
always
kill
fun
the
at
stream.
the end of the live stream when we don't know how to
This
end
is
it.
like the Easter egg.
You like ran over there as if you were going to turn it off,
And then
but you're like, I don't know how to turn it
Yeah,
off.
I don't want to kill it in case it doesn't save.